I hope you are all ready for almost 36 straight hours of speed runs and community showcases as we are now live through the end of our marathon tomorrow. Thank you all so much for all of your generous donations yesterday. We have raised over $7,000 for Trans Lifeline so far, and we have so many amazing runs coming your way. Please get those donations in and help this incredible organization keep doing their important work. We have 2 open incentives for you to put those donations towards, so make sure you are doing that. First, we have adding the Steelix Illumina spot in new Pokemon Snap, followed by a cat versus dog bid war for Cat Quest 2. So make sure you are assigning those donations to an incentive when you get those in. But to start things off, we have Heponwana here with their any percent run of Echo the Oracle's Scroll. So Heponwana, take it away.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone, or time zone, wherever you're at. Good morning, afternoon, evening, night. I'm Heponwana. I'm going to be running Echo the Oracle Scroll, and that name is a mouthful. It's on the Playdate. If you don't know the Playdate, it's the tiny little console with a crank. It has a crank, it's a control in it. This game, no trigger warning, nothing you should be concerned about. It's a really cool, chill Metroidvania with no combat. Also back there is Holo, my corgi. She's causing problems outside, so she has to hang out with us. So we're going to have fun with a cool little console, a cool little corgi, and a cool little run. So to begin this game, we start off by deleting our save. And then time will begin as soon as I click new game. And I'll start going into more of what's going on as we go through the game. But time will begin in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. So we start the game with a cool little scroll, kind of like what you'd get on a Zelda game like Wind Waker, where you get that scroll showing you all the cool story. So here we are. This is our hero. He is the unnamed, I guess you could call him like the courier. He is on a mission right now to get a mission, which, that's a good mission, as good as any. So ultimately, he needs to get the Oracle Scroll, which is the titular object, the MacGuffin of this world. And this game has some really cool effects for being this little tiny, file size on the Playdate is minuscule. I'm going to jump when we have those hedges, because when you walk through it, causes a little pixel jiggle, which slows the game down by a frame or two. And this guy right here is the Oracle. He gave us the Oracle Scroll. I think that means we're about done with the game. Actually, instead, what it means is, right here is a campfire. That's how we save. I don't need to save. And this is a crank. We use the crank on the console to open cranks, and we'll do that quite a few times. So we jump to avoid those hedges when we can, because the jiggle they do slows down the game just a few frames, and we don't want to slow down, obviously. So at this point, we want to get a few power-ups so we can get to the archives. And the archives is where we are dropping off the scroll. We have a cool little thing right here of mushrooms that we bounce on, and we're just going to bounce away. Upper left corner, you'll notice I have 3 hearts, and we're avoiding spikes. So right here is an optional collectible, an Echo, any percent. Why are we going for optional collectibles? Well, first, let's take a quick death, and that puts us at the start of the room, so we don't need to work our way back out. We're now down to 2 hearts in the upper corner, but all is fine. So we do need, of these 20 echoes, we are going to need 10 of them. You need 10 for any ending. So we will grab a few along the way that are easy to get. This is a crank handle. We could use it one time to attach to a crank without a handle, and we saw one up above. But first, let's solve a riddle. If you read that book, it'll give you a riddle solved. I already happen to know that the answer, and this is very tricky to control, like this thing loves moving a little more than it should. The answer is open. And after you get your first echo or first of any collectible object, it won't do that whole, Zelda style do, what did you collect thing? So here we will open this. Oh, sometimes it glitches. That is a glitch. It didn't open all the way. It did actually open though, so if we leave the screen, come back, that'll solve that glitch. Unfortunately, that is a loss of a tiny bit of time, but all is fine. I want to say I see a question of what is the Playdate's resolution? It's somewhere around 200 or 400 by 240. So there is a lot of detail being put into this really tiny, tiny screen. And I love how they do it in this game. Also, the music in this game is amazing. It's nice and somber. Like, this game is more or less made by one person. Bumbleborn, I believe, is the developer's name. And it is just so much style and class. I speedrun several games on the Playdate because the Playdate just has so much style to it. Like, the console has so many limitations. And by the way, who doesn't like dashing in a speedrun? Give yourself a speed boost. And that is what we've got right here. So, what I love is the Playdate, oftentimes, developers make these games that really go above and beyond because of the limitations. The limitations actually make, more impressive of games. So we're doing a little bit of action with those cranks. And other downside of the Playdate that affects me a lot is my hands are big and the controls for this thing are tiny. So if you ever see me kind of fumbling things, it's probably my big hands were getting in the way of something. So right here, we're going to get one of our most important items. This here is a courier pass and is on an old courier. So part of the story of this game is the world was infested by a blight. And that blight is turning people stone. And that's what our mission is to bring this scroll that has information on how to reverse the blight, as well as those echoes we will collect 10 of in total, are also tied into giving you the strength to overturn the blight. These doors can only be opened from one side, so we're going slightly out of the most optimal route for playing casually to get these doors open, because once you open them, they're open forever. We have to grab that coin. We will never use a coin in this game, but we did have to grab that one. We will finally save and refill our hit points. But important thing with saving, with checkpoints, is as we go through the checkpoints, if you die, you will respawn at the last checkpoint you use. So it's a good thing we got that one there, because I have not used one yet. And so we are going to, anytime we die, and this here is a time trial of Yoko Brick. So the king in this area said, if you could solve my time trial at all, I will give you a stamp so you could go to the next area. And we are going to solve it, but we're going to beat it in a record time, because if you beat it quick enough, and don't force yourself to go too fast here or you will regret it, but if we beat it in a record time, we'll get an extra echo. And we're just going to squeeze through here. I was saying though, is if you do die, you will respawn at the last checkpoint that you did. And at that checkpoint, you will keep all of your progress. And we're going to use that to do some checkpoint kind of manipulation. We won't do it quite yet, but you will see it happen a couple times in this run. And here I am listening to the rhythm of the music. If you play Mega Man games, I know we had some awesome Mega Man time yesterday. If you play Mega Man games, you'll know Yoko bricks. They're the bricks from Mega Man that we all know and hate that do the sound as they fade in and out. And these are like those. They're on a rhythm. Also, you might know them from Celeste. A lot of games have used them because they're a frustrating, but also kind of fun, old school throwback puzzle. So we are climbing this tower still, and we are going to get through in record time. But just like if you played the recent game Baby Steps, if you have played that, you know if you make a mistake, you fall down quite a bit, and it is bad news. So I am trying to be very careful here, because if I do fall down, I'm going to play it a little safe. I could fall down quite far, possibly all the way, depending on how I panic as I move back and forth as I fall. So instead, there we go. And now we teleport back down. The king's like, you did good. I'll put a stamp on your pass. And also, at the same time, because you did so good, I will open this door that has an echo. And that echo is one more that we need. This game does have an inventory system if you wanted to exactly see how far you have gone. I don't need to save again because I didn't take any damage, so I don't need to refill my heart. And that was the last save I used, so if I saved again, all it would do is waste a little time lighting the campfire. So we're just going to continue through, back through those doors that we used earlier that were one way, and now they are two way. And because we got that stamp, we could go the next area of this game. So this game it's a big world here. There are 4 areas. Area 4 is the archive. Archive is kind of small. Everywhere else is kind of big. Really cool, really impressive. I will take a safety save there just because. This world is the fire-based world, the lava world. We all know those from like Zelda, from every Metroidvania, every Zelda game. Also, here are bombs. Bombs don't hurt us. They just hurt blocks. These blocks that I stand on that fade away kind of reveal where we're heading, and we have to use timing on them to our advantage. And we have to also be very mindful to not fall in that lava down below, is what I was going to say, because if you make a mistake and fall in that lava, that'll cost you one of your hearts. And of course, if I didn't explain it clearly before, sometimes we take a little damage because wow, that doesn't normally happen. Usually I throw it just a little further. There we go. We need to light this torch right here. If you take 1 damage or 1 heart of health, you'll respawn typically at the start of the room you're in, unless you entered the room like falling from several floors up, in which case you might fall a little, you might respawn a few rooms back, but you will always respawn at a place you've been. Other important mechanic in this game is if you fall too far, you will land really hard and you'll lose a few frames. I call it a superhero landing, where you just land really hard. Well, if you land really hard, real far fall onto a block that will fade away, we're going to use this save right there for a checkpoint manipulation. This guy has the second stamp, but he's not going to give it to us yet. So instead, we're just going to use his belly to jump off of. But if you fall really far, you do lose like a few frames just kind of getting back up. So we want to end up avoiding that. We now have the 2 most important Metroidvania power-ups you could ever ask for. It is the dash and the double jump. So how about a little dash, a little double jump? But we are going to do a little checkpoint manipulation. We will grab this echo. We will bop ourselves. We will bop ourselves. And we will bop ourselves. And we are right back here with the double jump and everything else we grabbed along the way, because we just wanted to avoid having to backtrack. I mean, who likes backtracking? It's a waste of time. It's what you don't want to do in a speed run. So always find a way to avoid the backtrack. And then we are now on a mission. Even though we just got the bomb boots or the double jump, we are on a mission to upgrade those boots.
Do you mind if I jump in here with a couple quick donations?
Oh, yes, definitely.
Sure. We have some donations starting to roll in for those incentives that we have open. First is an anonymous $15 donation, putting toward the dog for Cat versus Dog Bid War in Cat Quest 2. Their comment just says, pack, 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 pack. So thank you so much to that anonymous donor. We have one from our very own JD Puppy who says, 7.2K hype. So glad to support Trans Lifeline this weekend, and let's get that Steelix Illumina spot. So thank you so much, JD. Very much appreciated. That was a $7 donation. And we have one from Tualo, a $10 donation, who says, putting $10 down for Cat because there's no way I'm letting dogs win this bid war, at least not without a fight. And I don't think the dog fans have it in them. Prove me wrong. You won't. Hey, that's right. Cats, can we huddle up for a second? As a cat, I think we all know that the most important thing is to beat the dogs. So let's all chip in, huddle up, open those wallets, and donate to Trans Lifeline. Put those dollars toward Cat in the Cat Quest 2 Cat versus Dog Bid War. And let's beat the dogs.
So right here, this guy is going to upgrade my boots so that when I jump, they will blast like bombs. I had to talk to him twice. First time, he's like, my room is filled with smoke because his chimney was blocked off and it's a blacksmith. Bad news if you have a blacksmith's fire. So I opened the chimney, instead going to talk to him directly, open chimney, and that also allowed me to open this path up here. And so we are just going to fall on down back to where we came from, but he gave us a power-up for our boots that you will see soon enough. You probably recognize this spot. It's this guy again. He will give us a stamp so we could go the third area. But one of the things he would have told us if we talked to him earlier, and I'm taking a safety save right there, that's the power up the boots. When I double jump, if I'm close to a block that could be blown up by a bomb, I'll blow it up. But that guy up in the big lava hot tub, oh, real quick, we're going to grab one key. Keys are optional in this game, but we do need one key for one echo. It is the quickest route I know of for getting all the echoes we need. So we'll grab that one key, take the damage. It doesn't affect us too bad. We will get our health back before too long. But that guy in the big lava hot tub, he had a request of us. He said, I'll give you my double jump boots, which we took without his permission, if you steal some blueprints for me. And the blueprints are in Area 1, Rock Bottom. So we're going to go back to Area 1 now that we have some power up. The double jump. Right here, gotta solve a riddle. This one is all about what does Anakin Skywalker not like in the Star Wars prequels? Sand. Actually, it's something else. The riddle is more or less talking about hourglasses and oceans and time measurement, but there we go. And we're just going to continue scrolling through. And we are now going to return to the first area. So important thing as we go through is you're going to realize we can't go back the way we came from. That's up there. We cannot double jump that high. So instead, we're going to open this route with our bomb boots. And this route puts us in the elevator shaft. And we're going to try and time a dash like that. So we did not superhero land. We will superhero land at the bottom here. And you'll see fall hard and we end up losing a little bit of momentum. We want to keep that checkpoint very alive. You're probably recognizing this as we were here at the very beginning of the game. Why are we back here? There are some echoes, and these are the easiest echoes to get. If we don't, luckily I respawned. I kind of manipulated my respawn there to respawn at the door. Not the entrance we came in through, but the entrance we were planning to leave through. So taking one damage, perfectly fine. We are actually going to checkpoint manipulate. Again, this is some very Ooh, very tight platforming. I am going to go a little slow because that was incredibly close. But on the bright side, we actually did want to take some damage. As long as we don't take one more damage. And we are going to show you a fun little thing. If you jump up to get to the next screen, you will actually get some upward momentum that'll let you save time and movement if you know what you're doing. And we respawn right back up here, so we don't have to work our way back out. And now we are on our mission to get those blueprints for the big frog guy in the hot tub. And once again, we are doing more things with checkpoint manipulation. You will notice I am going to avoid all checkpoints because I want to respawn eventually back at that same checkpoint that we just respawned at, because it will save us a little bit of time backtracking. So over here, we need the double jump and the dash to get into this, which is the vault. And then we will ride this elevator into the vault. And we are now going to do a heist. We are going to steal some blueprints, avoid that campfire. So to get to the blueprints, we need to open a safe and 2 locked shutters. So first off, we're going to get to those shutters. This area is a little bit on the tricky side, because of course it is. They're not going to make it super easy to break into a vault. You don't need to open that or crank that crank all the way, as long as you make sure you do it enough. And so there's the safe. There's one of those, and it didn't open all the way, but as you might remember from earlier, as long as it opens that much and we leave the screen and come back, it will sort itself out, and we will come back from a different angle once we open the other one. This game really does have like the best of movement and controls for being such a tiny little thing. Like, if it wasn't for how tiny the controls are, this would be like honestly one of the best controlling Metroidvanias I've ever played. And we are just going to go underwater. I love this whole setup of breaking into the vault, because it has so much character to it. You'll see coins as I go along, and if we wanted all those coins, there's a lot of things we could buy from a merchant. We've seen the merchant a few times, and he'll sell things including lamps so we could see in the dark. Then you look at my notes, it is time to break into this. 165, 70, 290. There we go. And now we will open the vault that had the blueprint. And now, unfortunately, it's a little slow, but we need to find a place to take 3 damage to warp back to our checkpoint, because we are far from the elevator back up to the second area. And so here we go. We will teleport now all the way back here. Take a safety save just in case something happens. The one downside of the playdate and developers who develop such complex games for it is the game can crash. Usually during a run it won't crash any, but I do always want to play a little safe for marathon safety. So this guy here is the merchant. If we want to buy anything, we don't. So we'll just continually walk past him. That's the last time we'll see the merchant. Last time we'll see this elevator guard. And once again, it is time for checkpoint manipulation. So what we will do is we will save here. You might remember this is a checkpoint we will not be able to get back to normally, because we cannot get back up. But it's okay. We will actually use that to our advantage. By the way, this game, the world map on it is so much bigger than what we're seeing. You are seeing just a tiny fraction of this game. It is amazing. I have still not even casually 100% in this game, and I am really thinking I need to learn the 100% route, because there is so much to this game, including if you were to I'll show you in just a couple rooms. I don't think we'll see it. There's another time trial like what we had with the king down in the first area. There's another time trial in this lava area that's even trickier and harder and more frantic, that hides one of the bonus echoes. And here we go. We are now going to get that stamp, and we are going to bop back to that checkpoint. And we did this so we could just hop right over here, and there we go. This game, though, it is such a huge world. So many things you don't even see casually, including there are more riddles, there are dark areas, there are treasure chests, there are other things that you have to break into with combination, with safe cracking. It's such a great game. Just like how we are raising money for such a great cause. Don't forget to get donations in if you have it in your ability, because Trans Lifeline is a fantastic cause. Trans rights are human rights, and nothing but love to the trans community. So let's show that love if you can. Oh, did not mean to quite hit that. Oh, wow, I am getting a little sloppy there.
Well, speaking of getting those donations in, if I can hop in for 1 second.
Oh, most definitely.
We do have one more donation in for the cat versus dog bid war for dog from Mokomichi USA that says, from Japanese Restream, we love dog. So as a reminder, we do have a French and a Japanese Restream going on. We have 2 foreign language Restreams. For our second event, we have friends at Furry Repeat who are providing French language Restream, and we're being restreamed in Japanese by Japanese Restream. We are very grateful for their help in bringing our marathon to more viewers. And if these Restreams can help you enjoy our event, please use the command !Restream in the chat for links to their respective channels.
So in this area, also, I'll say, as you've seen from Polo in the background, my little corgi buddy, I love dog too. Dog is my favorite little critter. So in this area, it is kind of the nature area. And the prince of this land, who we saw earlier, you might not have noticed because we just ran past them, because it's like, whatever, you're in my way, I'm on a mission. They're like, hey, I'll give you a stamp and you could be on your way, which normally I'd be like, yes, but we actually need some echoes still. We need a total of 10 echoes. And so they said, can you do me a favor and get rid of all of these invasive vines? And that is what we are now doing, is we want to get rid of, there are 2 types of thorns. You see both on this screen, just the square ones on this screen. We want to get rid of those square ones. They're invasive. Also, we have a cool power up in this area of these floating leaves. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Almost fell on those spikes. That was the one downside of the playdate. Is, like I said, it is a tiny little console, and my thumb actually just slipped right off of the D-pad. So let's do that again. Also, we want to be careful hitting these, because if you hit them too close to when you use the dash button, it won't actually trigger correctly. And if it doesn't trigger correctly, well, bad things happen. So we are going to go ahead and take a safety save right here, because my health is a little bit low and we are not going to take another death. This is the prince for this area, by the way. So we are going to take that one safety, because I took some big damage back there. And now we are off to get the third of these invasive vines taken care of. And along the way, we will use that key. Earlier, we got a key. The only key we will get, there are many keys in this game. We only use this one because it is an echo right along the route. And so we are just going to keep working our way up because along the way, we will get even more echoes. We will be getting an echo shortly, and then we will be able to wrap up this area and head to the archive, which is the shortest blast area. A little dash into the wall there so we don't do that superhero landing. And then slowly float down and just keep jumping up here. We saw the vine is to the left, the invasive vine. I did not like how I approached that, so sometimes you just want to take a second go at things. And this here has the normal thorns, so those thorns will not go away when we get rid of the invasive vines, but there's a secret to them. They are bombable, so if you use your bomb boot double jump ability, you can actually blow them up. So if you are playing casually, you might find some interesting things you could do with that. None of the speed routes involve that, but that's all well and good. And here we will get rid of our last one of these. And now we will just, misaimed just a little bit. I did that wrong. I forgot where I was standing, but it's all good. We just want to fall down here as quick as we can. And there we go. We are now off to the archives and also to the end of this run. Unfortunately, my time with all of you is almost done. So unfortunate and sad, but there's so many good runs. There's not enough time for everyone to show off everything they want to. Instead, we all gotta take turns and see a ton of amazing runs. I love Fastest Spurs because every event, Spring Spectacular, Fall Fest, the showcases, all of them are always so much good runs, so much quality, really good vibes and atmosphere. Like, this is the best of communities. And so, at this point, we are on a quest to get a crank. So, if we head to the right of the elevator, right here, look down below, you will see there is a crank on the right of that waterfall that does not have a crank handle. We need that so we can get to the delivery point for our Oracle Scroll that we got so long ago. Almost forgot this was all about delivering a scroll, if not for the name being Echo the Oracle Scroll. So, here we go, and I love the fact every single area in this game has such detailed visuals and style, making it feel unique and special. Let's avoid the superhero landing, and there we go. You can also check out, you might have noticed, is that I could investigate what was up with those statues. It would have like words on the statues to describe and give additional character. This game, there is so much you are not seeing. Like the any percent route is so tiny compared to the Herm percent, which I still need to learn to do. Maybe I'll learn that and be back next year to show you that. Or at least, submit a run for it. Hopefully get invited back, because I'm always so happy to be welcome into this event when I am welcomed in. I am rambling now because I need coffee. Good news, the run is just about done. Time is coming up really soon. I'll count it down in just a sec. So this guy, as long as you have 10 of the orbs, we give him the scroll and he's like, I don't want to take it. But if you have 10 echoes, he'll go, wait, you're full of life? 5 seconds to go. 4, 3, 2, 1, and time. And so you have those echoes, and it's enough to give them a little hope, a little spark, a little happiness and that helps them in the blight-ridden world. I love the fact that this game will use the crank for the end credits. But yeah, that was Echo the Oracle Scroll. I'm so glad I could show you this game. It is such a special, amazing game, amazing experience. Just like Trans Lifeline is an amazing cause. They do great work. The trans community is amazing. Trans love, trans rights are human rights. Make sure you do show that love if you can. Show some donations. And thank you so much for letting me show off this game. Really happy to just be able to have a little fun with you this morning.
Yeah, GG. That was incredible. Thank you so much. Do you have any shout outs or any where folks can find you?
Anywhere that has Heponwana, that's going to be me. It's a really out there name, so it makes it really easy. Nobody ever camps out on that name before I get it. So you can find me sometimes streaming on Twitch. Also, I do a 24-hour marathon charity stream every year in November. That's coming up 4 weeks from today. So if you want a whole bunch of me playing speedruns and casual games and whatnot, 4 weeks from today, I'll be doing a 24-hour charity stream.
Oh, all right. Everyone, be sure to tune in for that. We really appreciate it. Thank you again so much for the incredible run. What a great way to start the day. Thank you so much.
Thank you.